in the first of his series on the British Empire called Empire, Niall Ferguson discusses the concept of wide Britain. Starting on the banks of the River Thames, he starts to explore the reasons why the British Empire began. And as you watch through the particular episode, I want you to fill out the information as you work your way through the sheet. So as with many of these worksheets, the key chronology at the bottom to make sure you're becoming familiar with the key dates and the landmarks on this particular course. And we start the process of looking how the empire starts from the 17th century with Jamaica, and then we look at how the evolving nature of Britain and society and industry affects Britain and affects Britain's attitude towards her empire. Then a comparison of the British Empire with the Spanish Empire, and then working our way through Britain's rival competitors to the heights of the British Empire in the 19th century. So the Spanish Empire, what was its theme? What did the British do about it? Then followed by the Dutch, then the French. Our obligatory map, so we become familiar with the places the key to the story of the empire, and then making our way through as we advance from the 17th century, the Glorious Revolution, and the establishment of the East India Company. Now at this point, still falling outside the chronology of the course though, we are being introduced to the notions of trade, and trade is one of the aspects in depth that we are in breadth that we are going to study in greater depth. So we need to look at how the East India Company, the EIC, worked, and its involvement in that process called mercantilism, and working our way through those tasks as well. All right. Then we're going to look at how the British mirrored what the Dutch were doing, and obviously the Glorious Revolution Ferguson refers to as a merger between these two systems, the British system and the Dutch system. The Dutch come up with the original systems and the British upsize and upscale those operations, one of them. Then we carry on and we start to now move into the proper introduction to the course that's going to be studied, the 7 Years' War, how that affects Britain and her navy, and how the navy drives the development of the government, and how the government raises capital and credit through institutions such as the Bank of England, stocks and shares, the bond market, and also how all this is tapping into the wider notions of the Industrial Revolution. Then back to the East India Company to see how the East India Company evolves once it's made these acquisitions in India following the successful culmination of the 7 Years' War and the Treaty of Paris.